And like how we always say that how cell is the fundamental unit of life, right? We always have a unit for something, isn't it? Like a small building block which makes up a whole entire thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So same way, if we were to talk about the unit or the functional unit of the nervous tissue or the whole entire nervous system, so that would be neuron. Okay, so you can say that neurons are the functional unit of the nervous tissue. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, like I have explained, like how a group of cells, they make tissue, and a group of tissues, they make, what do they make? Hmm?
Organs.
Yes, and a group of organs make
The system. The
organ system, right?
yes. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So if I say that there is a tissue present, so obviously it, it means that it is made up of a group of cells, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So if we are talking about the nervous tissue, so we can say that the nervous tissue is made up of yet again the cells, and the cells of the nervous tissue are nothing but neurons, or you can also call them as the nerve cells. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, see, these neurons, they are so special and they are, you can say they are so efficient that they work so perfectly in the nervous system. Why? Because the first thing that their characteristic is that they are highly specialized and they can transmit the impulse. Impulse, you understand? Can anybody tell me the meaning of impulse?
The flow of blood, like to keep the heart pumping.
Yes, sort of like a signal, isn't it? When a signal is transmitted from one place to another. So these neurons that we are talking about, they are so specialized that as soon as they get stimulated, they receive the signal, they quickly transmit or transfer or transport the stimulus, the signal, and it is so rapid. So it does that from one place to another in the whole entire body. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is how specialized and you can say appropriate, and just it takes a few seconds and then it can perform the whole function. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Did you understand up till now?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Now let us talk about the various parts that are present in a neuron. So see, neuron is broadly made up of three basic parts. The first one is the cell body. Okay. The cell body is also known as a cyton. Okay, so see,
Okay.
this particular structure that you're seeing, that the blue ink, the circling part,
Yes.
can you see where I'm circling?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this whole entire part that I'm circling right now, that is the cyton or the cell body. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, and let us see what is the characteristic feature of the cell body and why is it so important. So the first thing is that it contains the main nucleus of the neuron. Okay, so the main nucleus is actually present in the cell body, and along with that, it also has the cytoplasm. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm. Now see, from the cell body or the cyton, can you see these branching structures? The ones that I'm
Yes.
drawing right now. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yes.
Hmm. So those are known as the dendrites. Okay, so the branches that arise from the cell body, they are known as the dendrites. And what is the function of dendrite? So just imagine all sorts of informations that are, or that are to be transmitted, they are brought about to the cell body by the dendrites. Okay, so just imagine it like collecting different impulses from all the sides. Getting my point?
Yes. Yes, sir. Got it.
Is it clear to everyone? The two
Yes, ma'am.
structures?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What about the others? Alvina,
ma'am.
Zed, Galvin, what about you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Be responsive, okay? All right. Now moving forward, so we have talked about the dendrites. We have talked about the cell body. Now, do you see this long thing that I'm
Yes.
pointing towards right now?
Yeah.
This long part of the neuron that is actually one in number per neuron, it is nothing and it is known as the axon. Okay, it
Okay.
is just a single long part of a neuron.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yes. And the point where the axon would end, they are known as the nerve endings. These points. Do you see this one?
Yeah.
These are the nerve endings. Now keep in mind that during your exams, the structure of a neuron can be asked. Okay, the diagram of the neuron can be asked in your exams. Okay, so you should practice because it is not that difficult and you can actually make it on your own also. So you practice the diagram of a neuron, okay?
Okay.
Hmm. So how many parts does a neuron have?
3 parts.
3 parts. Can you name them one by one?
Cell body or cyton, axon, dendrite.
Very good. All right. So talking about the length
Ma'am,
of the nerve.
actually there are 5 parts, right?
Sorry,
There are 5.
5 parts.
Yeah.
What are they? Tell me.
There is nucleus, cell body, axon, nerve,
See here. See what I have labeled in the diagram is actually like, see, if I, as I told you, the cell body contains the nucleus. So this nucleus is not a part. It is actually there in the cell body only. It is not a separate part. Okay, it's not present
Okay.
outside the cell body. Rather, it is present inside the cell body only.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
in totality, on a broader basis, there are 3 parts only. The first one is cell body, then there is the axon, and then ultimately there are the dendrites. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Now talking about the length of the nerve cell. So each nerve cell, it is 1 meter long. Okay, the length is 1 meter. Can you imagine how long? And there are so many nerve cells in our body, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so bizarre when you think about it practically. All right. Now see, a very important thing here is that many nerve fibers, they are bound together by a connective tissue. Okay, and when many nerve fibers, they are, just imagine, just imagine them like being in a bundle, like how things are tied in a bundle, right?
Yeah.
Same way, when you tie up many nerve fibers all together in a bundle, and it is like, just imagine the rope that you're tying it with, that is a connective tissue rope. Okay, so you're
Okay.
taking many nerve fibers, then you're making it in a bundle and you're tying it with the connective tissue. So ultimately, that whole bundle or bound, like the bounded together thing, is a nerve in totality. Okay.
Okay.
Now moving forward, always remember that this signal that we are saying, that the signal is being transmitted, the signal is being received and everything, this signal is just a layman language. But if you want to give it a proper name, so it is nerve impulse. Okay, the name of the signal which passes is nerve impulse.
Okay,
Is
ma'am.
there any doubt?
No,
No, ma'am.
Sure. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. Now you people can note this thing down. Also draw the neuron diagram also, okay? And tell me when you're done so that I can scroll the screen for you.
Ma'am, done.
Everyone's done? Or is someone still writing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Done? Everyone's done?
Just a second, ma'am.
All right, okay. It's all right.
Ma'am, what's written at last now? After that, at last point.
What are you saying, Rima? Can you repeat it again, please?
I'm asking what's written after, in the last point after now.
Impulse. Impulse. Impulse.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Done?
Yes.
All right. Okay, now moving forward, we must always remember that whenever our muscles move in our body is because the nerve impulses is allowing them to move. Okay, no muscle will move if there is no nerve impulse. So with this, we can also understand this fact that as soon as the nerve impulse has been transmitted, so from the stimulus part, it ultimately goes to the muscle part, and then only we can make a move. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so the whole entire movement in our body is because of the nerve impulse that coordinates with the muscular system of the body. Okay, muscular or skeleton, like whole entirely. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if, very good. So if we talk about the movement of muscles in the body is because of the nerve impulse. And what is a nerve impulse?
The signal.
Yes, the signal which is passing from one organ to another, from one part of the body to another, that is the impulse, right? Nerve impulse. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can say that the nervous tissue or the nervous system and the muscular system are coordinated, isn't it? Right? Because then only we can move, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. So they are coordinated, means they work together. Okay. Now moving forward, let us talk about another thing, that this combination of nervous tissue and muscular tissue, this is the reason why we can rapidly move whenever a response is needed. We can rapidly provide that response. Why? Not just because of the nervous system, but along with it is the muscular system, the skeletal system working in a coordination. Okay, working in like a coordinated manner. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us talk about what are the functions of nervous tissue. Now let us talk about that also. We have talked about every single thing, the structure, the way they do, the function, what are the terminologies. Now let us move on to what is the actual function of the nervous tissue. Now, what do they do? So the nervous tissue, they transmit, first of all, they receive. Okay, so they receive the stimulus, then they transmit the stimulus, and this whole receiving and transmitting of the stimulus is very rapid. And what is the pathway? So it starts from the sense organs and it goes up till the brain. And from the brain, the message comes back to the organ of effect or organ where the response has to be seen. So that is how the nervous tissue would function in a body. Where does it start from? Tell me, where does it start from?
It starts from
It starts with the sense organs, right? Because your sense organs are the one that will actually sense the signal or sense, like receive the signal, right? The impulse. What are the sense organs in our body?
Eyes, nose, ears, skin, mouth.
Very good. Mouth, not actually mouth, but the tongue, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yes. So whatever signal that we do perceive, it comes to the sense organs of the body, isn't it?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now remember that as soon as the signals are received by the sense organs, now those signals are transmitted, meaning the receiving and the transmitted time is so less that it happens very rapidly. So from the sense organ, it moves on to the brain. Okay. And then the brain analyzes the impulse and then it sends it back to the organ which is going to be responsive. Getting my point? For example, if like if you want to walk, right? So when you want to walk, the brain sends the signal to your legs, and then only your legs can actually move. So you're seeing how the nervous activity is actually coordinated with the muscular and skeletal activity.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
All right. So talking about it in language, so the nervous tissue first of all receives and transmit the stimulus. Stimulus, you understand? What is a stimulus? Tell me.
The work that wants to be done, like what uh
It is just like an information. Okay, stimulus.
yeah.
Do you remember the nerve impulse that we talked about?
Yes, ma'am.
Signal we talked about? Yeah, that's the stimulus only. Okay.
Okay,
Stimulus,
ma'am.
for example, if I come there and I touch your finger, so you would feel that I'm touching your finger. Why? Because first of all, your skin is there, isn't it? So
Yes, ma'am.
if just imagine I took one finger and I'm putting my finger on your finger, so you'll feel that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I am providing is the stimulus. Okay.
I don't.
Or just let's just take this example. For example, you're standing. I came behind you and then I patted at your back. Now your back or the skin around your back or the muscles, they would actually get the stimulus. And then it would be sent to your brain and ultimately you would turn towards me, right? This is what happens.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it when somebody comes from behind you and they pat at your back, so you move around them, right? You move towards them.
Yes.
Yes,
And how does that happen? Is because your nervous tissue, first of all, received the stimulus that was actually the pat, and then it transmitted that stimulus to your brain. And just imagine, like, whenever somebody comes and pats at your back, you move so quickly towards them, right?
Yeah.
Do you take 2 hours or 3 hours to move towards them?
No.
ma'am.
No, right? Or do you take 5 working days to move towards them?
No.
Yes,
You move quickly, isn't it? That's my
Yeah.
point. The point is
Yeah.
that the conduction in the nervous tissue is so rapid, right? It is so quick that whatever results that are supposed to be there, they are performed very rapidly or quick. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
getting that point.
So everybody has understood the example.
Yes, ma'am.
So the nervous conduction is rapid or slow?
rapid.
Very good.
Right.
It's rapid. All right. So the nervous tissue receives and transmits the stimulus very rapidly from the sense organ to the brain. And also sometimes the spinal cord is also involved. Okay. And the spinal cord. Okay. And these stimulus, they go into the brain and to the spinal cord in the form of impulses. Okay. So they move in the form of impulses. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, are you people doing the homework that is being sent to you after the classes? Because I'm not receiving your homeworks. Why is that so? Hmm? Tell me. So ultimately, after the brain perceives the information sent to it, then the response is sent to the muscles. Is it clear to everyone? Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you people able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now you people can note it down and tell me when you're done so I can scroll.
Ma'am, I already done.
Yes, Rima, you have a doubt?
No, I said I already done. I already done everything.
You have noted it down.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's wait for the others to note it down. Okay.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Everyone's done? All right. I'm waiting.
Ma'am.
Yes.
You,
Everyone's
can
done?
you scroll down?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so is everyone done?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Now see, with this we have come to the end of the chapter. Okay, so the chapter tissue has been completed. Okay, now listen, I am giving you 2 to 3 minutes. Now you go through your entire notes of the tissue chapter and then you ask me if you have any doubts or is there any topic that you did not understand nicely, because this is the second time for like most of the students, this is the second time I'm doing this chapter. Okay, so quickly
Yeah.
go through your notes and see that like all points are clear and everything. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
yes, everyone go through your notes. Now I hope that everyone has prepared notes nicely,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay,
Kind of.
all right, you go through your notes once and then just tell me what like what are the doubts that you people have. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Everything's clear.
All right, so like the whole thing is clear to every single person here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then see, now the tissue chapter is over, and now we'll be starting with improvement, like the continuing the whole topic that we were doing from improvement in the food resources. Okay,
Okay,
But
ma'am.
since time is over for today's class, so we'll be doing that in the next class, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Now, I'll be sending you people the homework. Everyone should do the homework and submit it to them, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Yes, because in that way you are only practicing many questions, okay? So you do that,
Okay.
and then we'll meet in the next class, okay?